Hey guys, what's happening? Stephen Davidson here, and I thought I'd take the time to go ahead and reshoot and redo my stropping video. Alright? So let's get started. Now, new guys, stropping is important. It really is. You cannot get away with not stropping. That's just all there is to it. Now, I want to correct the lie that's out there as well. Basically, stropping does not sharpen a blade. There's no way. What it does do is it unrolls the edge, cleans the edge, and realigns the edge. And it increases the longevity of your razor, but it's only delayed and inevitable. In order to sharpen a razor, you have to take it to a stone, which is a whole nother ball of wax and far away from what I wanted to do in this video. Alright, now, what I'm doing, I do often. These are clean but oily hands, washed hands. Unwashed hands but clean. Don't go out and work on your car, and then come in to do this. That'd ruin your strop. But just take some of your natural oils in your skin and just rub your strop down a little bit. Alright? What this does, it gives us a nice natural oil that soaks into the leather and the hide, and it keeps it from dry rotting on you and whatnot, things like that, and it keeps your strop lasting in excellent shape. This is my 3-inch Mustang horsehide strop that I got from TomoNagura. That's who I recommend for my strops of all time, is TomoNagura. It's an Etsy page. My buddy Keith Johnson, he makes these by hand in New York City. And he also made this one here, which is a 2-inch 1970s vintage fire hose strop. So, and you want to talk about something that'll wake up an edge, this right here will do it. And then some. So, you got to be careful on how you use it. But let me tell you, you're not going to beat these two strops. These are my favorite strops of all time. I won't use nothing else. And this is not my first strop. So, new guys, I highly recommend that you get, now that I'm finished rubbing this one down, I highly recommend that you get one of these types of strops. This is a starter strop. My buddy Anthony Esposito also sells these. And this one I got from Frank Meza over at Strike Gold Shave when I bought my gold $207. So I keep this for travel purposes. No way I'm risking taking that through airport security and have it confiscated. Are you crazy? No. I'd rather them confiscate this thing than they would those two, my other strops. But this right here is a starter strop. Get you one of these, new guys. And I'm going to tell you why. It gets the job done. And 90%, if not more, of new guys who are first starting out tear their strops all to pieces. I know I did. This was the first hanging strap, style hanging strap I had back in the day, and I tore it to smithereens. And I pretty much learned how to strap on this first before I went and got my good strops, or what I thought was a good strap. So when I tore this one up, I went with these guys. Straight Razor Designs 3-inch black Latigo. And look how rough that thing is. It's pretty much done for. I can't sand it down anymore. I've done sanded the living crap out of it. I've gotten edges so sharp that I've nicked it, and Yeah, and another thing is, I don't know if you can see it or not up through here, but it's trying to cup on me right there. Right by the logo, and I don't even strop up here. Draw. I'm going to tell you what my definition of the term draw is. Draw for me on a strop is another word for glide on a strop. How does the razor glide across the strop? Is it fast and smooth, or is it slow and ugly? You know, is it soft, or is it medium, or is it hard? That kind of thing. I mean, how's your razor feel going across this strop? That's what glide is. And unfortunately for these guys, I'm 0 for 2. I bought their modular paddle strap, and the magnetic backing that's used to attach the fabrics and leather pieces that came with it came off. And I tried to fix it with a hot glue gun, and unfortunately it started ruining edges, and eventually I ended up tossing it. So I tried this one, and this one lasted for a good bit, but as you can see, it's trying to cup on me right through here. It's also got nicks in the side of it, and it's also trying to cup on me right down here too. See what I'm talking about? So eventually I'm like, you know what? For the amount of money I paid for this, I could have got an even better strap, and I think I just spent $10 more for those two that I'm using today over this one. And this one here lasted a long time, but I just can't recommend Straight Razor Designs on their straps. I'm sorry. If they changed their hides, I'd recommend them in a heartbeat, because they're about the only place I know of that offers replacement leather and hides and fabrics that no one else does. But if the hides are no good, they're no good. Plus, I don't even know where this one's made at, so give me a made in the USA strap like these two were. These were made in Brooklyn, New York, downtown. Vintage 1970s fire hose strap. Come on now, you ain't gonna beat that. And a Mustang with a fast draw. Keith also takes the time to bevel and burnish the edges of the strap so it doesn't ruin your edge. And he does what I'm doing here, rubs it down, breaks it in for you before shipping it. So if you want a killer strap, TomoNagura is where to go. Keniyama is a good strap, a really good strap. That's the Gucci, if you will, or the Mac Daddy, or whatever you want to call the Big Kahuna or whatever. But I just can't justify paying $300 for a strap that might or might not get nicked. I just can't do it. So TomoNagura is the top shelf, and that's who I recommend the most. Okay, now, new guys. You're going to see people on the internet stating, oh, you need to do 50 round trips. No. You don't need to do that many. Another thing is, you don't need to see somebody go stupid fast neither. I'll explain. This right here, going like a 200 mile an hour, you don't need to do that. Okay, and another thing is how I'm holding the strap. I'm holding it taut, but I'm not white knuckling it. Okay? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Let's see if I can get the end of it down here. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. I'm just holding it taut to where I can do this. See? I still got some flex in it, but I'm not putting a King Kong death grip on it. I'm just holding it to where it's comfortably tight. You know, snug. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but yeah. Now, new guys, I'm going to tell you another tip too. This is a 3-inch wide strap. See how it covers the whole blade? Now, watch what happens when I show you the 2-inch strap. You see the difference? See how it's not quite as wide? To this, you got to do X strokes. If you can, get you a 3-inch wide strop because, quite frankly, you're going to be new. You're going to make mistakes. And I'd rather you get your stropping chops up before you get your better strops. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. I lay it down and I roll on the spine like this. And I lead with the spine as well. So, let me show you what I do on my 2-inch strop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all I do. You don't need to do any more than that. And you notice I didn't go like boom, 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 200 miles an hour. Don't do that. That's Hollywood BS, and I want to say about 98% of what Hollywood does is BS, point blank. So that's all you need to do there. We're going to do the same on this one, repeat for the new guys here. You lay the spine flat, and you roll on the spine, like so, and you lead with the spine. Because if you come down like this, you'll take a chance of digging in your strop and cutting it all to pieces, and you can also ruin your edge, and you don't want to do that. So, you just go slow. I'm putting just enough pressure to keep the strop straight, but it's still got flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now notice how I'm doing abbreviated X stroke so I get the whole edge. I have to do that with a 2-inch strop because this is a 3-inch blade. Now, I do not have to do that with my Mustang here. Alrighty. Same amount of grit. Still got some flex in there, but not a lot. And I'm not using the King Kong death grip on it here. And I do the same here. I don't go fast. I lead with the spine and I roll on the spine like so. That's how you roll a razor on a strop. And go slow. Don't go 200 mile an hour. You'll screw up your strop and your razor if you do. So what you do is this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See? That's all you have to do. You don't need to do, oh, I did 100 stripes on my smooth. You don't need to do that. That's too much. If you have to make 100 round trips on a leather strap, then you need to learn how to hone, because you really don't need to make that many. I mean, I'm honestly getting better results doing less stropping than I was before with more stropping. I used to do like 10 on my fire hose strop, 25 on the suede side of this strap right here, and then 50 on the smooth leather side. I don't need to do that. Just do 10 on the smooth leather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all I do. You don't need to do 100 round trips. You don't need to do 50 rounds. You could get by just by doing 10 and still get incredible shaves. In fact, you'll probably get better shaves by doing less. That's what I've noticed. I used to do so many stropping. I used to dread stropping. Now I'm over and done with it before I can blink an eye. And another thing is, if you noticed, I don't put a lot of weight on the razor. I really don't. I just use the weight of the blade only. When I first started straight razor shaving, I used pressure, and I had more razors at the time than I do now. But yeah, I got through stropping one razor. Boy, I'm tired. I'm already tired, and I still had 3 more razors at that time to strop. So just use the weight of the blade. You don't need to put any pressure, and that's all you really need. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Stand by. I gotta go get something real quick. I forgot to bring it with me, so hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna go ahead and rub my strop down a little bit more. Alrighty, I'm about done here. Yeah, I got it set up in the bathroom for now, but my strop's staying away from my bathroom, away from water. So I do not store these in here. I just temporarily move these in here for the sake of this video. So bear with me here. I keep them in my bedroom far away from the bathroom so moisture don't get in them and ruin the strops. So you can't use them in the bathroom, because once you get a shower, and if you got humidity levels and whatnot and all that mess and the mist in the air, it could ruin your strop. So I keep mine in the bedroom away from moisture as much as possible. Another thing I learned the hard way is don't use this stuff. Do not. I repeat, do not use this crap. And I'm going to tell you why. Oh, I used it on my 3-inch black Latigo, and guess what? I now have to constantly use it on my 3-inch black Latigo, because I did not know that stuff, once it penetrated, you're committed to using it for the life of the strop. Even with a good saddle soap, you cannot get it out of the strop. Once you use it, you're committed to it, and it's an extra expense. And yes, it's formulated for leather, but you don't want that stuff. I'm telling you, it makes stropping a whole lot harder. You're pretty much committed to using it on a permanent basis, and it can ruin your strop if you're not careful, even though it is specially formulated for leather. But this one don't need it. I've been getting by with just doing what I've been doing on this section of the stropping video, and that's rubbing my strop down with clean but oily hands. So you do not need where'd they go? So you really do not need, oh goodness, that product I showed you earlier. That was Armor All Leather Care Gel. You don't need that. You really don't. That's just all there is to it. I mean, if anybody tells you otherwise, oh, penguin down. If anybody tells you otherwise, they have no clue what they're talking about. They really don't. You also don't need to do a lot of stropping. Friend of mine in my other stropping video, which I'm about to take down because I didn't like the way it turned out, said that he tried this, and he said he's getting similar, if not very close to the same results, by doing less stropping. That would be Jody Kyer, I think is his name. And he said he was getting less stropping. He was doing less stropping, but getting similar results than what he was before he cut down. So I'm pretty much in good company in that part, and plus it's much easier on you. So hopefully this will help you new guys out and whatnot, and hopefully this will help my buddy out, Jeffrey Smith, who says his weak spot is stropping. And stick with it, Jeffrey, and you'll be fine. Take your time, practice, 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 and go slow, and you'll be okay. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. All right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Take care and God bless.